Alright. But, yeah, I don't know how long today or at all anymore, but we'll see. And you gotta give me a moment to, get everything set up as usual. Alright, there's that. Now I actually gotta test this sound right quick, just to discount double check. Alright. I just had to check that because we all know the mic screws up sometimes. Okay. Outriders, there we go. Edit. Now, I whipped up a new thumbnail for today, so. Oh, and if you haven't noticed yet, I switched back to the ice build for this character, and I'm probably not going to go back to any of the other characters if I'm going to be honest. Because, yeah, I don't feel like going back and going through. Because you can't just, like, keep going through the story, I guess, because, like, the game kind of screws you over if you just do that. Because, anywhere, so you kind of just get BS'd with not being able to make your gear better or do anything. So, I guess in theory, I don't know, can you like go back in the story before you finish it? I don't know if you can do that or not. Alright, but that's that. Okay, the thumbnail is finished. Wow, the thumbnail actually changed like right away. What the heck? That's kind of crazy. Okay. Just gotta do that. But yeah, for today, there's not really much on the menu. Like, I don't even know how much longer I'm gonna play this game. There's supposed to be like a good update coming soon, but like, they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna fix all the stuff. Like, oh, okay. Sure will. And so like, oh yeah, we're so close to fixing the loot glitch, so you can get all of it back. Personally, I think like every hour they don't fix it, they should let you pick one legendary to put on, well, one for every character that it happened to. So at this point, it's been happening since the game came out, and today is what, the 25th? So 25 times 24, and that's how many legendaries you should get to pick per character that had the glitch happen. So yeah. That's pretty much that. But yeah, I'll have the chat open here in a second. Alright, YouTube. Alright, there we go. Chat will be open. Alright. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to be doing some of this on tier 10. Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't really, like, get gold with this build, to be honest. It's like, if I teamed up with other people, maybe. But unfortunately, when you team up with other people, most of the time, 1, they don't deal good damage, 2, they don't tank, and 3, they don't offer any support or utility. So it's like, they're basically just there, you know what I mean? Like, if you're not gonna output a ton of DPS, at least be doing something, you know? Like, either tank, or like what I'm doing, freezing everything. I mean, this build still outputs decent damage, but I also don't really have it optimized that much, but it is what it is. Right now, most of the damage comes from the comet, but the plan, though, because if I do get one, like a purple LMG that has the chain ability on it, because I have one on my other Technomancer, but it's already, you know, under the loot list bullshit, so that'll be better, because for this build, the whole chain thing doesn't necessarily work that well. I mean, the whole, what do they call it, killing spree or whatever, that perk doesn't particularly work that well. Why did it suddenly do like a ton of damage to the brood mother? Like, that's how you know the game's fucked up. That's how much damage I'm supposed to be doing to those on this difficulty. But then sometimes, all of a sudden, my gun starts doing absolutely nothing. You know? So, honestly, I don't know. But it is what it is. Yeah, work, I'll check up on your messaging thing in a little second, so I guess that they appeal. But yeah, they're supposed to be changing a lot of speed. Like the ice thing right there, it just screwed up and didn't work. So, I don't know, dude. A lot of devs of games like this, though, pull crap like that. Where it's like, oh, well, we're too stupid to make an AI that's actually difficult, so we're just gonna have to make stuff that you're using not work randomly. And they don't tell you that that's a thing, but they hide it because they're like, oh yeah, our game's just hard, we're so good at programming. It's like, no, not really. You're just... Because they're supposed to actually nerf snipers or something, I don't know exactly. I didn't actually watch the video of the guy talking about it, but... yeah, it would be nice to use that LMG instead of this gun, because... for this build, it doesn't, killing spree doesn't really help. And honestly, if I was gonna say, killing spree probably doesn't even work in this game. Like, I wouldn't even be shocked if they came out like, oh yeah, like 99% of the perks don't work. But, I mean, that's pretty much what it is. So, you know, people that suck off again, like, oh my goodness, you gotta give the developers time. It's like, why did you put the game out if it wasn't done then, dumbass? But they'll be like, oh my goodness, like, they're trying their hardest to fix the game. It's like, it should have been fixed before it came out. Like, I don't know why people, like, cut developers, like, so much slack when they really do not deserve it. But I'm trying to freeze the ones behind me, by the way, not the boss, but it is what it is. I wish there was like a little notification though, like when your turrets die. You know, like down at the bottom. Like you could set it, like it recharges, but then there should be like a different overlay to tell you when it's actually gone, you know? Or it should be a setting where you can set it to be like, oh yeah, it recharges, but it doesn't turn green. You, actually need to throw it again. But, I mean, that's just a quality of life thing that you'd have to have an intelligent developer in order for that to be a thing, so. You know that's not gonna happen. This build's kind of nice because it is actually... That should have killed it with a comment, but I didn't activate, whatever. But yeah. This build's way more fun than the stupid, like, hold the trigger down for lighted rounds. It's like, oh, okay. And then your character has to have so much DPS stack in order for it to work. It doesn't always work out. You can just get, like, killed in one hit. And it's just like, really? Yeah, I'm on the hunt right now. Well, I guess for like legend, or I guess just better pants and gloves, and then an LMG with the chain ability on it. That way I can have that and comment. So. Imagine if, like, you could have all the stuff on your turret and all that too. That'd be kind of crazy. I don't know. The game definitely has a lot of issues, but it's still, like, it's not terrible, and it's probably the best game out right now, if we're gonna be honest. Well, people are like, oh my goodness, this Take-Two is so good, like, yeah, okay, I'm sure it is. Definitely not even more generic than this game. I mean, this game, like, it is generic, but it's not, like, that generic, because it actually has some abilities you won't find in any other game, you know? Like, most of the games like this, it's just very generic, like, the Division 2 type stuff. Or the boosts you get aren't really relevant. It's just like, oh, well, you just unlock a new super rare gun, but it's, like, 0.1% better. It's like, oh, okay. I do need to change it so it actually freezes the brood mothers instantly. Like, the only things that should be immune to freeze or not get frozen instantly are the actual boxes. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know though. Like that brood mother there should have been dead before I even got hit. The game just lags way behind, I guess. This part is kind of annoying. Especially when you're not playing DPS. Well, even if you are playing DPS, it's kind of obnoxious because your character is still not going to output enough damage. Like, more of the big faggot ones, like, just constantly. Like, those, the number of enemies in the solo expedition can be nerfed a lot. Like, there, took forever. But I mean, I don't know. Like, you can't really do much because the game is what it is, and it doesn't. Whether all of a sudden my gun was like doing crazy damage to these enemies without even having the birds should honestly just be taken out of the game because they don't really fit with the other ones, other monsters or anything. But that's just my opinion. Like, but yeah, most of the perks in the game actually need like a major fix. Not necessarily like damage-wise, but most of them, including the defense ones, just don't work half the time. Like the only one that consistently works is the dodge that changes your dodge. But that's just because, I guess, out of all of them, they just put effort into the ones that are actually like super visible. And they'll be like, oh yeah, if we don't have these ones working, people will notice. But if we have the ones that are supposed to like boost your damage when you're getting kills and stuff, oh yeah, if those don't work, that's just artificial difficulty we can add into the game, and people will think they have it because it doesn't show them. It's like, nah, it's pretty obvious when you put a ton of DPS perks on and your DPS is suddenly the exact same as it was before you put any of those on. It's like, oh, well, okay. Oh yeah, I should probably, I see randomly, my gun is randomly doing like no damage to that enemy right there, and it wasn't proccing the, you know, comment. And sometimes, like, they do need to still fix that dodge, because half the time when you click it, it doesn't activate instantly, and it can screw you over. Like, you'll push it, and your character will just stand there. It's supposed to dodge you through enemies. It says it right on the card, but a lot of the time it doesn't. I don't know. It's better for this build though, because like on the other lighted rounds build, your character just fucking, you get hit by that, you just instantly die pretty much. Because it traps you in there. It's some bullshit. Or the game pulls that crap where it's like the blue thing and you can't see it most of the time. It's like, especially when it's in the water and you're trying to pay attention to the enemies attacking you. It's like, really? And see, that should have frozen. There should be no resistance to the ice. Let's just be honest. Yo, we actually got gold on. I mean, that was like super close. But I mean, it is what it is.
What will you use the metal for? Weapons?
I've got enough munitions to kill
Yeah, I'm actually would like well, I guess it could just be a regular rifle as well. Ooh, is that legendary? It's probably terrible, but like, I don't know what weapon that was, but it's probably terrible, let's be honest. But I don't think I've seen that weapon before. Alright. This is the anemone. Reloading creates a strong blast around you, dealing damage. I mean, I don't know, dude. That seems kind of terrible. I'm not gonna lie. And it can only proc every 8 seconds, so it's like, really? That's actually pretty terrible, if I'm gonna be honest with you. But, I guess it is what it is. Alright, let's see if there's anything interesting on this. Not really. Like 30%, like that's so ridiculous. It's a 30% chance, and then look how small the damage is for that. Like, there's no reason to even bother with that, you know? But, I mean, we did get a legendary drop, I guess, even though it's, like... Look at the clip size there is 10. And this is an automatic shotgun. You're gonna rip through all of that before... I mean, technically, I guess, if you were using, I wonder... Like, if you put the perk on to when you're below 35% ammo, and you get a kill, it refills your magazine. I wonder if that counts as a reload and would proc moaning wounds. Probably not, because this game doesn't. Like, the devs would be too stupid to make a connection of that sort. But they'd be like, oh, you want that in the game? Sorry, but, that would be too good, so... It's like, oh, okay, well, I'll just never have a shotgun build because the shotguns in the game are terrible. Like, they hold way too little ammo. But, I mean, it's okay, I guess. Like, why does it seem like... Well, I guess 11,000 damage is pretty terrible. But, like, if that anomaly surge... Oh, never mind, that says critical shots. Never mind. But... I mean, that doesn't seem that bad. But... Let's be honest, that's not anything we're gonna use. Like, we need... an actual LMG, or I should probably, like, well, I don't even know if we have any, we don't really have any stuff to buy anything anyway, you know, but I can see that doesn't have any of that. And then this clown over here is still only has like a couple things that they never change. It's like none of this is... See, this wouldn't be too bad. Oops. See, that's just first shot after reload. Like, why are some of these like so bad in comparison? Like, the Comet one drops every 3 seconds and does way, like, I don't know if you can see it. See, well, why is the damage on the Comet suddenly reading different? It was just, what is going on with this game? Now all of a sudden it's 88,000 instead of the 100 whatever thousand it just was. Like, what is going on with this game? Like, whatever. I don't know. The game literally just makes stuff up out of nowhere and changes numbers. But I don't know. It's whatever. I'm not gonna sit there any longer than that. I'm not gonna lie. But how much? Yeah, I don't know if we can do that or not. But let's see. I don't know. They just don't. There's not really enough in the game. Because unfortunately, like every other game like this, it suffers from the issue where at the end game there's only like one thing that ever works, and it's like, oh wow. All right, let me. I think 46 is still the highest that get any of this crap. So, all right, 45. All right. I don't know. I don't even know if we could do Boomtown, if I'm gonna be honest with you. But, oop, and oop. All right. This is just kind of boring when games don't actually reward you with anything. You know what I mean? Like at the very least, like in the Division, it would give you a steady stream of legendary drops. It's just they wouldn't be good. You know, I'd rather have the game drop a bunch of legendaries and most of them be very terrible than just never getting one ever. You know? Like, see, why is it spontaneously that just suddenly blows up? Well, it should blow up when I shot the ice thing, but okay. I don't know. Right. This is kind of cool. I just wish, like, when you played with other people, the game didn't go like, oh, well, all the enemies are gonna have 50 times the health now. Like, how did that barrel still hit me? I purposely moved away from it, too. That's kind of ridiculous. But, like, they do need to change it. Like, on the higher settings, it needs to, higher settings. When you're playing with other people, it needs to up the amount of enemies, but keep their health the same. That's what needs to change. None of this, the enemies just suddenly become, like, super tanks, and if you don't have a straight up 100% min-max DPS build, you can't kill things at a proper pace. But I don't know. Yeah, it would be nice to have a purple LMG that had Comet and chains on it, because I actually have one of those on my other character. But the gear wipe is still in action. The people that made this game, I don't know what's wrong with them, but the game's been out dang near a month at this point, and the issue that's been there since day one is still a thing. Like, how hard is it just to, like, even if you don't have a way to, like, only set back the people that the loot glitch didn't happen to, like, all you have to do is have people sign up for it. And be like, oh, if the loot glitch happened to you, come tell us and sign up, and then we'll, verify that it's actually you, and then you can get your stuff back. But, see, my thought process is they probably don't have any way of telling what loot you actually had. So they're kind of just trying to bullshit and be like, oh yeah, we don't want to give people free loot that they didn't actually have. What the heck is going on? There's like a glitched out invisible enemy there or something. Or maybe I'm just stupid. I don't know. I have no clue what was happening there, but yeah, the developers of this game, I'm pretty sure they just don't know what they're doing. They've been notified of like 1,000 different glitches and stuff, and they still haven't fixed any of them pretty much. All they've done is nerf stuff. That's all they can figure out. And the people that made the game literally can't figure out how to do anything but no stuff. That's the only thing they know how to do. They're like, oh yes, me very good game maker, me change number. Please pay $60 per game now. Like, oh. At least it wasn't like, if this game was 70, yeah, it would not be anywhere worth that, but. Yeah, this character can definitely not clear fast at all with this build. Like, would definitely be a good support, but there's no way that, you would be able to get gold on some of this stuff. I mean, maybe, if we got gold on the marshland thing, on the one before this, but. Like, see, the comet should have procced on that cut through right there, I'm not gonna lie. But. And they need to fix the comet so it actually is instant instead of this, like, you gotta sit and wait 20 seconds for it to actually activate. Yeah, like the clear, like I ran out of fucking ammo because of it. It's so bad. Like they need to nerf the health of a lot of the stuff in the game, especially when my weapon is like the highest level I can have it right now. Where's the ammo? Like, see, we're way the fuck behind. And there's no reason to switch to the other weapon because it's fucking absolutely terrible. So. Yeah, they need to balance the health of the enemies around whatever build you're using. But, I mean, for that to happen, the developers would actually have to have intelligence, which they clearly don't have, so. It was like, oh, yeah, you can make any build you want in the game. Oh, wait, the end game is speedrun only. Okay. So if you don't have a DPS build, guess what? You can't play the game. So there's only one build available for each class. There's only one build. That's it. Anything else? Like, you can do gimmick builds like this ice build, but as you can see, it doesn't output good damage, even when they're frozen. Like, I'm supposed to be getting a damage boost when enemies are frozen, but as you can see, none of those perks actually work. Like, it's barely noticeable that it's, like it's supposed to be,
What the hell is that noise?
I don't even remember the percentage, but it feels like it's only like a single-digit boost when it's supposed to be. So at least 30 to 35, I don't remember. But like, I don't know. And see, then you start shooting the breach and all of a sudden your ammo, damage gets nerfed. When it was literally just shredding through them 2 seconds earlier. Like, pretty sure the game is randomly chooses to fluctuate your character's damage output for no reason. To be honest with you. But, if it was easier for you to find actual people that output good damage, like, you should be able to queue as support or DPS and all that. But, I mean, that's like a basic thing that they should have, which they don't. So it's like I spammed the R1 button there several times and it didn't work. Yeah, like, see, not procced in the damage, so I like can't do any damage at all. Like, it's absolutely pitiful. Even though my gun is literally the highest rank it can be right now. So it's like, I really don't know. Like, if I have an ice build, I should be immune to ice. Like, what am I getting hit by? There's no ice, like, anywhere on my screen. If I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, like, yeah, this is actually insanely boring because, like, it just is. Because you know, like, you're just wasting your time here. The game's not going to let you pick anything, like a reward or anything. That's what games like this need to do. They need to allow you to pick any reward after you beat something like this. But, I don't know, dude. Like, this character can barely fucking handle a fucking getting tier 2. Like, that was terrible. Like, that wasn't even, that was like the shittiest time you ever fucking see. I mean, it's just because none of the ice perks in the game work. So.
Outrider detected.
Cullen, the
Access
bandit leader's
granted.
taken care of. Your pass is clear. Where'd these bandits come from anyway?
They were insurgents. Defected to our side months.
Like, I'll even show it. Like, look. Which ones? I don't remember which ones they are, to be honest. I see, like, there's 10% more damage. There's that. Well, Wipeout doesn't even work. Like, you never notice them suddenly taking more damage when their health is lower. It's supposed to be inflicting vulnerable as well, which should make them take even more damage, last longer. Like, that's not even noticeable. Doctor of Medicine's low-key kind of noticeable, I'm not going to lie, but... And there's another 30%, like... But none of those are noticeable. At all. And neither is this. Like, when I activate the decay turret, the turrets are supposed to be doing 30% more damage for 10 seconds, which you never notice that. Like... So... I don't know, dude. Fortunately, like, these all always have absolutely worthless perks. Like, you think the game would be smart enough to be like, oh, let's actually drop some stuff with stuff similar to what they have on, but that would obviously require developers to put in effort, which... They even delayed this game, like, several months as well. That's the sad part. But I guess considering how long it's taken him to fix, like, a simple login glitch, they have no clue what they're doing. So it's like, oh, well, I mean, that's shocking. And I don't want to do any of these ones, so I'm just gonna start it and back out. But yeah, the Surge, like, they're just terrible, dude. Like, honestly, they just need to drop all 4. Well, I mean, low-key, they should... What they should do first, they should drop Looney and then try to pick up... See if they could get Hugh from Empire since they benched him. I mean, they're probably not going to be able to do that, because I doubt Empire will do that, but that's what they should do. And then, if that doesn't work, then it's blatantly clear that Octane is the problem, because all he does is sit back with his AR. He doesn't play the objective at all, pretty much, and he just plays for KD. Because people will be like, get this guy, like, get Octane some help, and, like, he needs to help himself and actually play, instead of sitting back playing for his KD like he's a wannabe Call of Duty streamer, you know? But I really do not want to do Boomtown again. Like, you saw how, I don't know. I'm gonna exit out of this bullshit. And they need to lower how much of the resources you need to upgrade your stuff, because it's kind of obnoxious. But, alright, let's low-key, I'm gonna see if we can find somebody real quick. The problem with this, like, nobody is usually even, like, in a good one. you know? Like 99% of the time it's somebody sitting there not moving. And then the other 1% of the time it's somebody in a mission that's boring or too long or not good. There's only like 2 expeditions in the game that are relevant to do. Like the marshland ones is the best, in my opinion. But like this one, I've never even done this one because it's gonna start lagging again. Like, see, it wasn't lagging before, and then people were like, "Oh my goodness, it's like the game lags so bad," and then now all of a sudden, it's lagging for me too. Like before, it never lagged in the multiplayer at all. But, and I doubt these people are outputting good DPS. Let's be honest. But, let's see. Okay, well, it definitely lags more than the last time. Why is my damage, like, are other people shooting at them too? There's no fucking way the damage is my damage is like randomly this fucking high. Like, what the fuck's going on? Like, did that was weird. Yeah, it's definitely lagging, dude. Like, there's no way my oh wait, no. Yeah, this is tier 10. I was like, was it on like a really low tier or something? Like, I don't know. That guy using a fucking burst sniper. I'm dead. I mean, apparently, that's a good build. Apparently. Like, I couldn't tell if it was lag or that thing. I was like, ah, what the fuck? But, like, I can't even tell my character is throwing this stuff, if I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, did my character even throw it? I can't even tell. I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah, the Surge are fucking absolutely awful, dude. Alrighty, yeah. That'd be cool if they actually added transmog into the game, but it'll probably be ending up like Destiny where they're like, oh yeah, well, you gotta do this and that and this and that and this and that and that and that, and you can pay us for it. It's like, oh, well, I'll start playing garbage dumpster game. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I pushed the button and my character didn't. I'm not even gonna ask, dude. Like, why does it seem like my character is randomly, like, choosing to output a fuck ton of damage out of nowhere? And then I just took, like, a... Let me do that. Like, how many times I gotta push it before my character... Like... What is... I don't know what's going on. The lag kind of settled down a little. Okay, never mind. Like, it just spiked as soon as I fucking say it. But, like, it's close to not being terrible. I gotta spam this like several times though before it actually activates. So, I don't know, like... people seem like they're actually doing good damage though. So they're not like all fucking support those like mine. It's kind of unfortunate though at the end it doesn't show. I wish it would show a tally of enemies frozen. That'd be kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I put that, you saw the fucking thing pulse, but it didn't. I don't even know. Oh yeah, you're coming after me, plus badass, ugly ass. Oh yeah, fucking Petrie. Yeah, they're back to land before time. Fucking fat fuck. Yeah. Bruh, what the fuck is going on? I don't know if that was lag or that fucking enemy's ability. I was like, what the fuck? Damn. Because I never fought this boss before, because I usually don't do any of these ones. Because I usually play solo, but... Yeah, these people actually seem to... Like, that one guy went down a couple times, but... Okay, was the health bar, like, glitched out? Because the health bar was still at half. But then, like, the health bar above the enemy was... Going, I don't know, dude. This game just makes up shit half the time. It's like, oh yeah, well, bug. Oh yay, very shitty drops. Like, dude, I just want an LMG to replace this fucking dog. Because in this game, the legendaries are actually not that good in comparison to purples. It's usually in games like this, the legendaries are like, damn. But in this game, it's like, I mean, it's alright. The only reason legendaries are better is because they start out with 1 tier 3, because then you can stack 2. See, like, look how shitty my fucking, I mean, I joined way late, but. See, and the thing is, though, it doesn't, like, nowhere does it show that, like, see, both these people had bladed rounds builds, which is what you want to do if you actually want to deal damage. Like, I'm just curious what some of these suckers were using. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, see, I guess this build, like, takes down the stupid Perforo ones pretty good. But see, there's nothing that says, like, enemies frozen, which is unfortunate. So it's like, eh. But. Like, that guy had it set to world tier 6. Like, what the fuck is going on, dude? I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you're at the end game part, you should be on world tier 15 and just have it set to that, because it doesn't affect anything. But look at that, all blue is literally useless. But, or I mean, they should really just change it to where you can swap both perks out on legendaries only. Personally, I think that would be the way to go, but actually this is basically a waste of time. Like, I don't know. It's just kind of stupid. Like, everybody's like, oh yeah, gotta do a bladed rounds build with the Technomancer because it's the only build in the game that outputs DPS that can, like be at the, I guess, apex of DPS where it actually makes a difference. But I don't know. Imagine if like that one armor perk actually fucking worked. Like Captain Hunter, I kind of want to change out. I'm not gonna lie. And then I could change out Cryo Down because that's not really that relevant. But like it's like, oh yeah, you could trade out. Like where'd it go? Like you could trade it out, but there's nothing to trade it out for. You know what I mean? Like that, like Sharp Eye. Like the firepower boost it gives is terrible, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't actually stack. If it does, it's not noticeable. And then Death's Door is really good, but it just like glitches out and doesn't work unless it's on the actual thing. Then all of these are basically absolutely worthless. Like there's only one ice perk. There's not that many defense perks either. Like Damage Absorber is a must for basically any class. But I see it as plate dodge. I mean, that's, I don't know, dude. Like, none of these are really that good if you think about it. Especially when, like, see, Rejuvenation only procs every 10 seconds. I mean, it lasts for 8 seconds, but I don't know. See, why do they call this one Resistance Piercer when what it does is increase critical damage based off Resistance Piercing? So it's not actually adding Resistance Pierce. So it's like, why are you calling it that? You know? But see, this is kind of nice if you know, play with other people. Paragon's kind of nice too. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. Like, these all have to do with, like, bleed and, like, critical shots, and there's not really all that much in the way of relevant perks in the game, if I'm gonna be honest. But like, it's so stupid. There's only one for ice. Like, all the other ones, like fire and bleed and acid or toxic, they all get like all kinds of perks. And then ice, oh, you get freezing boost. That's it. Other than that, yeah, you're good, pimp. It's like, okay, well, that's on some bullshit. I'm not gonna lie, but like, see, these anomaly boosts are basically worthless. Like, 4,000 is like very, very low. It's not worth. But I mean, Ice Trap's kind of alright, but see, I wish it would show, because that's actually not bad. But I wonder how, like, does it make your like, let me see. resistance piercing by 50% of armor piercing value, but I don't know if we even have any of that, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, how do you, alright. Yeah, armor piercing is literally fucking 30%, dude. Like, then, well, I mean, resistance pierce is 0. Why the fuck is that person joining? Oh yeah, because the fucking game changes you from auto, like, I have it set to always be on closed. But then all of a sudden, after you join other people, it defaults it to open. Like, come on, dude. Like, he had some fucking dumbass name, too, so he's probably shitty at the game, let's be honest. But yeah, 50, like, only getting 15%, that's actually pretty terrible, I'm not gonna lie. But there's just not really much you can change up, you know? But I don't know. The game just needs to offer more in the way of perks. Wait, why did I... Well, I guess I could just do marshlands again, but I really don't want to right now, not gonna lie. I don't know, this game's actually getting pretty boring, if I'm gonna be honest. Because it's just unfortunate that, like, absolutely none of the tier 2 perks are really relevant. Like, most of them are absolutely either terrible or they're, like, so niche that they're only gonna be relevant if you get a certain drop, which you're not gonna get. So, like, I want to turn this into a crit build or whatever. Well, I mean, I would switch back to the bladed rounds build if I do get that. Because there's a shotgun that has a tier 3 ability. That would be nice. But, like, see, this guy's standing and not moving. Like, okay, he's actually going. But, I don't know. But yeah, look at that connection though. Literally red bar. So, I really don't know. Like, why is my character not throwing anything? Not to lie, this guy seems like he has very, very low DPS. Yeah, I'm sorry, Pimp, but your DPS is lower than mine, and I don't even have a DPS build, my guy. That's tough, ain't it? Imagine having lower DPS than a fucking support build. Jesus Christ, dude. Like, I'm sorry, but... yeah, I do not have time for that, my guy. Like, if you're gonna have a bladed rounds build, dude, I'll put some DPS. Like, part of me wants to just go back to that other character, like the Devastator, and like, unfortunately, I would have to, like, go back in the story, lower the world tier, and, like, do, like, and I really don't want to do that, but... Or what I should do is just run through the rest of the story. Stop honking, you crusty ass boy. I don't know if that... I might do that low-key. Let's, see, that's the problem, like, the issue is you could do that, but then you're not gonna... What I want to do is actually speed through it with this character. That's actually what I want to do. But yeah, leave it on World Tier 1. I'll put it on open, but yeah. If anybody wants to join up and blast through the story on World Tier 1, you're welcome to join, but I just want to get, I think that's the move. Just put it on World Tier 1 and blast through the story. I think that's the move.
We made it back to the convoy. We're waiting for you.
Oh, yeah, because I just powered through this boss with the, you know, World Tier 1 playthrough, so. At the end of the day, though, I think that's what a lot of these other people are doing. Like, it's like, oh, he's only on World Tier 6.
Let me know when you're ready.
Like I was saying.
There's no rush.
And it's like, oh, well.
Jakob, he never...
That's just because they're powering through the whole story to get to the end game. Because you get the same XP from missions, no matter what world tier you're on. It's just you don't get the drops, and it's like the drops don't really matter till you're at the end, and then you can just turn down the end game thing super far. I see, I just leveled up. And then what? Oh wait, no, yeah, that was the other. The shotgun on that other thing. But like this, I might as well. Actually, let's like refresh this right quick. Since we're just gonna be going through on this, let me. Since we're just trying to. Okay, well, I was trying. Why is the Salt Master on down here? What the heck? Concentration class node? Which one? I mean, that's only 3.5. Yeah, that's those. Like, what? Why? That makes no sense. Because it boosts your weapon damage, but it's only for the ones that are boosting anomaly. So it's like, what the hell? I don't know, but I was just curious. No, where's like the like these, just so we can get those back super quick, and we can all right, whatever. Like, I'm just gonna. Why is it not? There's no reason to, because if we're just gonna power through it on tier 1, there's no reason to, you know, bother with any of that for the build at the moment. You know, like none of that matters right now. Wait, what was this one? Oh yeah, those, but whatever. Like right now, you don't need that. We'll just put on that. So there's not really any reason to have borrowed time on either. But this borrowed time is more if you're not, you know, just trying to power through everything. So.
Is it just me, or do you have a strange feeling that?
All right, this will be good for now.
Yeah, something weird about it. Hang back until I clear the way.
Does that make sense, to be honest?
Insurgents get their hands on working fusion cells. Those weren't insurgents.
I feel like that's what a lot of these other people are doing. They're just putting it on world tier like 1 or 2, and then just going through the story super quick for their like not main characters. You know what I mean?
That would have meant an entirely secret mission siloed off from ours. I don't know. This seems insane.
Because it's not like anything you get in the story is going to really be relevant. But I don't know, do I have a perk on the shotgun where you get ammo back? I don't know. For a second, I'm like, that's like a glitched out color. Because it didn't look green or whatever. Alright. Alright, just power through this bullshit. Because, let's be honest, I've only had one legendary drop ever in like the story mode areas. And that was on World Tier 15. So it's like, like at this point, the game world tiers don't even fucking matter, to be honest.
How badly do you need that antenna?
Because they don't coincide with the end game ones. The end game ones are completely different. And you have to unlock them separately.
I get it.
So it's like, why would you even bother unlocking the regular world tiers, if I'm to be honest? Like, the birds seem like their health isn't, changed for some reason, but I don't know. I was curious how that worked on those birds. Oh, those were the birds. Last night and the night before, there were 3 women walking down the street that way. I said, "Hey, you 3 women, why are y'all walking down the street that way? There's nothing down there." And they flew away. I said, "Oh, those were some birds."
Definitely a military.
That video was so stupid, but that's kind of funny.
At least it's obvious now.
Yeah, I feel like that's, like I keep saying, the move. You just bada bing, bada boom. I mean, no one gives a fuck about the gameplay anyway. It's not like people are like, "Oh my goodness, I want to see that somebody play the story on the high world tier that they have unlocked." It's like, nah, not really. It's not really. All it is what you're doing now, right now, except slower by a lot. So. And the only like side perks that you're missing out on are the tier 1 ones, and those ones are a dime a dozen, like super easy to get. With all the tier 2 ones, I could just move stuff to my other character that already has them. So. But yeah, unless, hopefully, this character's like crazy in the end game with the shotguns, but I don't know about that, Chiefy Chief. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know. But yeah, I wonder what, there's probably people like speedrunning on World Tier 1. Just like, I wouldn't be shocked. I don't know. We'll see. With the way I see it, I think like Trickster is probably like the highest DPS endgame character, but because it used to be like easily the highest, but then they nerfed some of its abilities. Because they used to give 50% extra damage on some of those in its perk tree, but now it's only 35. Which is still good, but, you know. And plus, like, when you're playing the story, you get guaranteed legendaries at a few parts anyway. So those are pretty much the only ones.
There's a pile of reports here.
I don't know if, like, every legendary in the game is possible to get from those drops or not, but there's only, like, 3 different ones I've gotten. But.
They called them ferals.
Well, actually, they're probably like 4 or 5.
Send out scouting parties, trying to track the ferals down. But
yeah, I mean, There's not really much else to do. It's like, oh yeah, you could just continue farming on the Technomancer, but it's like...
Okay, Zahidi. The path is clear. Waiting for your...
It's kind of boring to just continuously play the same character, even if I have like 2 build setups for it.
I got company.
They're just like, oh, well. Like, I pushed that button and it didn't go, so... I really don't know. It's also kind of funny to just kill everything in one fucking hit. And not even have to fucking reload because of the perk that I have on this weapon. That's definitely the best speedrun tactic. Is World Tier 1, get a shotgun with whatever the perk is. Like when you have under 35% ammo and you get a kill, it auto refills your mag. Okay, I didn't mean to... Oh, it's just... I'm like, is there like a glitched out... Oh, never mind. Never mind. I was like, is there a glitched out enemy somewhere? Because my luck, I wonder if you can... Oh, I was gonna say, like, I wonder if you could, like, portal outside the map like that. I mean, well, with these developers, you can't assume that they would be smart enough to think of that. But... See, that was weird, like, the game just randomly was like, oh yeah, your damage is completely nullified for that shell for no reason. But I don't know. But hopefully, like, the endgame build actually outputs shotgun damage like that, because I don't want to make another AR build, you know?
I think that was the last of them.
Because I have the
They attempted
Technomancer
an
already.
ambush.
Like,
The outpost is secure.
I don't want...
Keep it that way this time.
That's why I'm trying to decide between this character and the Devastator. I'm probably going to go with this character, but... Because it's like, oh yeah, the Devastator could be a tank, sure, but... Let's be honest. The endgame builds, as you saw with the support, it just won't output enough DPS, and it's like, oh, that's like not terrible, but when you're playing with randoms, it's kind of like, oh, well, the randoms you're playing with probably, one, their build themselves probably isn't good enough to output DPS, and two, yeah, well, they probably don't understand support. Yeah, this is the mission you want to do, though.
Yeah.
Because it gives you a
Bring me
guaranteed
anything that looks like it might have had a
legendary. There's only 3 you can pick from, but I mean, it's still legendary, you know? So out of all the side missions in the game, well, besides, like, you know, if you do all the historians or the hunts or the assassinations, those are obviously all guaranteed legendaries after you do them all, but... And same with the Outrider mission. But, actually, do I have that picked up? I actually don't. I might go back and grab that and do the Outrider mission right quick as well. But because when it comes to legendaries, all I'm looking for is the one legendary shotgun with a that reload perk on it. Well, I mean reload perk. The crit perk where you get a kill and then all shots after that are guaranteed critical hits. I feel like that would pair with the
I wonder if some of the vehicles broke formation after.
Technomancer build extremely well. Well, the blighted rounds. Because I feel like
I should scavenge some of that tech Chun ass.
if you're using the Comet perk, oh, why was it? I don't know, but it takes away from the perk that gives you your ammo back because you have to get a killing shot. But if you have that on only, and you have that combined with killing spree, then you don't have anything extra besides the toxic tick that could kill stuff, so. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. But it like led me in the wrong direction or some bullshit. Or it's just, like, leading me the wrong way for some reason. I don't know. I feel like though a shotgun build would be more fun, you know, than your regular AR build. Especially with this character. But like, I'm pretty sure. Isn't one of the weapon part things in here? Or what? I feel like the game is just glitched out and not working, if I'm gonna be serious. Because like, God, like there's always some dumb bullshit happening in this game where it fucks up and doesn't show you where to go correctly. Like, come on, dude. It's actually extremely annoying when that happens. I'm not gonna lie. What's going on? I guess you can't go, but I don't know what that was. But okay. You missed me. I'm pretty sure one of these weapon part things. Oh, that's one of them right there. With like a drum mag or something. I like how that says it's supposed to go between 10 enemies and it didn't. It went through like 3. And then it's like, oh, yeah, well, that's enough. Alright. So can we even pick this up now or what? Okay, good. Hopefully it unglitches.
I bet Chana can do something with this.
Hey, tell me something. What was Jakub like back on Earth? Was he always...
I don't know what to do now because I'm just gonna log out and then log back in. Because the game is like bugged out and not... Because that one in the cave is the only one I remembered where it was. That's why I went to it. But my luck, it glitched out and didn't save it. I wouldn't be shocked. Just try to get through this bullcrap super quick, you know? And it's like, bruh. But hey, it kept it. Imagine my shock. So hopefully this one is not bugged. Okay, it looks like that aim was terrible. But like, where was the detection on that shot? This game is like, I don't know. Shotgun. With a shotgun in my hand. You know what's crazy? I heard the original version of Bad Company on the radio, and that junk is like dummy trash in comparison to the Five Finger Death Punch cover. Not that Five Finger Death Punch is like some crazy awesome band or anything, but
Just the kind of thing Jan is looking for.
I mean, I do like Ivan Moody, especially when he was the frontman for Moto Grader, but that's a different story. And he's like, oh yeah, well, We made Five Finger Death Punch because Mortal Grader, it was too, the music was too hard and too metal, so it wasn't gonna have mainstream appeal.
They were real
That's why
once.
we made that,
Pretty much as pointless.
and we're
on Earth as
basically
they
the
were here.
Nickelback of metal now. So, if you even want to call Five Finger Death Punch metal. But. Like, why does it, like, look how close I had to be for that. The game just, like, makes up distances at random. I don't know, dude. Like, it feels like this game is, like, constantly just, like, somebody who didn't write their essay down trying to read it in front of their class. Like, didn't do it. But the assignment was only to just read it, so they're kind of just bullshitting. They don't know what they're really doing. The teacher's like, I mean, that's not too bad. He's like, damn, okay. He's holding up a blank piece of paper, pretending he's reading from it. Like, well. I don't know, man. This game is, like, there's a reason I'm still playing it, though, you know what I mean? Like, if it legitimately wasn't fun, I wouldn't be playing it at all. But it just has the downfall of most games like this, where once you get to the end game with one character, you never really feel like getting to it with any others. Unless it's like this, where it's like, oh, I can turn the world tier down and actually get to the end game without having to put in effort, you know? It's like, oh, wow. That's kind of cool. Probably not going to do it with any of the other characters, though. See, then we didn't get... This is supposed to be the third one.
Should be enough. Let's see what Chana can make of them.
Oh, wait, it is the third... No, never mind. It just didn't update the number quick enough. Okay, I'm stupid. Never mind. Never mind. Alright. I'm a little bit 62 IQ. Let's get rid of it. The thing is, I'm not sure. I think it gives you the same. I don't know. But yeah, when you turn this mission in, you get a guaranteed legendary, but you only get to pick from the same 3 every time. So, like, weightlessness I already have, and it, like, basically doesn't fucking work, if I'm gonna be honest with you. But, like, low-key, I think I'm just going to grab this, because I don't have legendary minefield on the other character, and I have all the other ones, so it's kind of just like, it is what it is. Oh yeah, here's this I got, but I mean, I haven't used it. And that's the thing I got from the guaranteed drop from that previous boss. But, like, ultimate damage link is actually not bad. Well, I didn't try it, but it seems like it would be good for Technomancer, but I don't know if it would be, like, endgame worthy.
I can shoot this thing into the air all day long, but we won't really know how good it works until...
Because the way I see it, it seems to me like mixing up Killing Spree with that one shotgun tier 3 thing would be good. But I mean, weightlessness might be good for the shotgun, but the thing is, it doesn't always work. Like, sometimes you shoot enemies, it won't work. Sometimes you'll shoot them and it won't last the full 5 seconds like it's supposed to, and it's just a mess.
Hold August until I'm through, Tiago. It's not safe.
But other than that, I mean, like, I looked at a list of all the tier 3 perks, and most of them seem pretty terrible. Like, they need to add more perks that are actually relevant to more than just, like, one extremely niche build. You know what I mean? I don't know why I even shot there, I'm not gonna lie to you. But it is what it is. But yeah, like, if weightlessness actually worked, and it actually worked on every enemy in the game, no matter what, that would be, like, crazy OP. But, because it procs every 1 second, lasts for 5 seconds. Like, imagine being able to just nullify any enemy in the game. Every time it runs out, the next bullet that hits it with weightlessness again. I mean, obviously that's why it doesn't do that, because that would be too OP. Like, see how that ability does that? Imagine that, but it lasts for 5 seconds. And can proc every 1 second with every bullet you hit. Yeah. That would be crazy. Unfortunately, like, dude, you're just hiding up there, like, ridiculous. But, like, see, you get the same amount of XP playing on World Tier 1. So if you're just trying to level up, just set that junk on World Tier 1. If you get a legendary you want or is useful, though, unfortunately you have to waste materials leveling it up a lot. But that's better than, you know, feeling like you're wasting your time achieving nothing, you know? Because you're just like, oh, I'm just trying to get through the story. It's like, oh, well, yeah. Just set it to that World Tier 1, pimp. It'll rip through it. It would be different if World Tiers were actually the end game thing and not the expedition bullshit. Like, I don't know why they did that. Like, they have a whole new set of tiers you have to unlock for the end game stuff. That it literally just makes the World Tier thing irrelevant. Like, completely. It's like, okay, I don't know why that's in the game then, but... Because all it's relevant for is when you go into the story, and then at the end of the day, the only thing you're going to the story for is to, farm for some of the legendaries, I guess, kind of, off of the, whatever you want to call it, monster hunt mission. Like, see, why would you just not rip through this and, instead of wasting your time? You gotta hide, you gotta probably die a few times here and there. And you can just do this. And you'll be like, oh, well. Like, low-key, I guess I could, like, run through the story with the other 2 classes as well, just to do it, but I don't know, pimp. I don't know if that's particularly worth it, if I'm gonna be honest with you. But yeah, the thing is, I don't know if you'll get to level 30 if you only do the story, though. Like, if you get all the way through the story, you might have to do a little bit after that to get to 30, but I don't know. So it seems like the side missions don't really give you XP, though, so... Like, they do, but it's not really relevant XP. It's kind of just like, oh, well, okay.
He led the raiding party into this canyon, believing it was the Pharaoh's base.
Why is that? Oh, that's not the right thing. Well.
Tiago, does August know anything about this Monroy?
Well, yeah. It seems that kind of, also with, like, the perks, it comes across like they lacked the creativity to actually come up with anything interesting. Like, it's definitely a breath of fresh air compared to games like Destiny and Division that are very, very generic. Like, it's not as crazy as Borderlands, especially Borderlands 3, but it is what it is. It's also obnoxious when you're doing the monster hunt, you have to clear out this area too. What are you doing? Like, your AI is terrible, dude. Like, you have to clear all these, even though you already did it in the story. to make you do it again every time, no matter what. Even if you do it and go through, I mean, I guess maybe if you like completed the mission segment again or whatever, like completely, but I'm not gonna do that. Just for it to not work. But yeah, that's pretty much that, and then after that,
August and I are just right behind you,
I
Outrider.
don't
Be waiting in the camp
think
for my signal.
there's any more legendary drops in the story after Big Iron,
You all have to see this.
because there's nothing after that's the most pathetic part. When you beat the final boss, you don't even get a reward for it. It's like, okay. But yep. Alrighty then, pimp. Yeah, I don't know how long I'm gonna play, but we'll see. It shouldn't take that long to rip through the story for this character though. I really wish they, hopefully they actually aren't lying and they add an end game thing where it's just something that doesn't have the timer bullshit, so you can actually enjoy it. Like what they need to do, I don't know really, like, because I was gonna say what they need to do is just have difficulty settings that are different than the expedition ones. So it's like, oh, you just want to play and actually have a build that isn't DPS. Oh, so here's an actual relevant. Like they need to just implement something that judges whatever build you're using. Like you should have to pick and be like, yeah, I'm using a support build, so it judges your reward based on how many enemies you froze with your ice. Or you're a tank build, so it judges you and gives you a reward based on how much damage you took. Although with that one, it's kind of like, because if you're on like lower settings or whatever, you might not be able to take a lot, but that's what they should do, you know what I mean? Like instead of, like for DPS builds, obviously you should still have the time threshold, but if you have a tank build, like the more damage you absorb without dying, the better the reward at the end should be, you know? That's what it should be. Like if you go down, the counter resets, and then it just takes the highest number of damage that you took without going down or dying, and rewards you based on that.
Sit tight, people.
That way they could keep the timer stuff, but also, you know, people that do anomaly builds or tank builds or whatever builds can actually, well, technically people will be like, oh yeah, well, there's no aggro system in the game, so it's not technically a tank. And it's like, oh, well, I really don't care, I'm still going to call it a tank, my guy, so that's tough, ain't it? But they are right on that, though. There's no aggro abilities even for the Devastator in the game. It's like, you're like, oh yeah, here's a tank class, but he can't really tank. Like, he obviously can have a lot of health and stuff and armor, but yeah, he doesn't really have the ability to draw enemies away at all. I don't know why my character stumbled there. That was kind of weird. But I don't know what you thought you were doing back here. But see, that's the job of this character, is just to zap up to all the bullshit ones. Mostly the snipers and stuff, but apparently they're going to be nerfing snipers. I didn't watch the video to see what they're going to be nerfing about it. But I assume it's probably like their aimbot nature, where they don't miss. But, I mean, you can like glitch them out and make them miss by micro-peeking, but that's why I don't have a problem with the snipers, because there's actually like tech to beat them, where you gotta like micro-peek so they shoot as you're going back into cover so they don't hit you. But, or it's technically not really a micro peek because it's not really like super instant. Like you'll be down and it's not like that. You have to go like, yo, kind of like that. You gotta like extend it a little bit, not like an instant, because they won't shoot after that most of the time anyway. But yeah, I don't really, that's what I was talking about, not earlier this stream, but before, or they should really just leave the snipers, but they kind of got to do some other shit with these other enemies that have like the aimbot stuff that hits you through the wall, like you're behind cover and the thing will hit you through the wall and glitch through the wall. I don't know if it's supposed to go through the wall or not, but it shouldn't. And some of the abilities, like those crawlers or whatever they are, when they shoot their thing, and you can't roll away from it because like you roll and there's too much of a delay between the roll, and you end up getting hit, and then it freezes you instantly no matter what. And yeah, that, like with that, it just needs to be able to be rolled away from. Like if it's shooting, you should be able to roll to the right and get away from it. None of this, it instantly aimbots and catches up to you even if you roll rolling. It's like, that's the stuff they need to fix. And personally, I think they should take the stumble out of the game. Like right there, how you get hit and your character stumbles and you're not allowed to shoot, not allowed to reload, not allowed to use an ability. That just needs taken out of the game. Because you're supposed to be like a crazy ultimate superhero kind of. And that kind of takes away from that, where you're like, oh yeah, Superman got poked in the back, so yeah, suddenly he's stumbling and can't use any of his abilities, and he falls out the sky, can't fly anymore, and stuff like that. It's like, oh. But oh yeah, he's still a superhero though, even though that happens. It's like, oh wow. It's like, oh yeah, the superhero weakness is being poked. Like, okay. It's kind of stupid, but it's whatever. But yeah, I mean, the major things that need fixed are like the actual game-breaking glitches, like you can't log in, and the gear thing. Like they still haven't gave people their gear back. Like, come on, dude, how long does it take to just revert saves? Even if they don't have the ability to do that, just like give loot to the people that it happened to. Like, be like, oh yeah, send us proof that happened to your account, and then we'll send it to you. Give you some extra loot, some legendaries, let you pick one or something. But nope, that's too difficult for them to figure out. Because, I mean, I know what it is. They're just greedy little shits. They're like, we don't want these people to get any extra loot they didn't actually have. It's like, dude, your game has so many bugs that, like, half the perks don't fucking work most of the time. Like, the stupid Death's Door perk, I tested it several times on different characters. It literally glitches out and doesn't work at all. It doesn't even proc. Unless, you're using it on the actual hat that it comes on. That's the only time it works. Sus, by the way. But, that's the only time that perk works. Other than that, it doesn't proc. Because it's supposed, whenever you have below 30, or is it 30% or 35? I don't know. But whenever your health gets low, it's supposed to double your armor. But it legit doesn't work. But, I don't know, those are 2 class points, even though that's not really relevant since we're just running through this bullshit, but like, I'll just grab that and, I don't fucking know right now. But I was just seeing if there was any, like, get your stuff back quicker stuff. But that's good enough for now. It don't matter. I know I'm not talking about Wings unless somebody else starts it, so I'm not just gonna start fucking rambling. So people are like, oh yeah, I stopped in and he wasn't even talking about it. Like,
In other words, they made them slaves.
who cares? And you got dumbasses that comment on
Was the Pax's fault?
that one video. He's like, well, this is actually objectively more immoral than this. And this brain dead retard doesn't understand that if you're trying to be objective with morals, you don't have rankings because there's no objective way to rank them. That would just be opinion. Like, you can objectively say if something is moral or immoral or no, but you can't rank things because that is obviously like ranking your favorite ice cream flavor. There's no objectivity to the favorite ice cream flavor, you know? But you can objectively say what is ice cream in the context of debate. Or, actually, that's not really, like, you could, I guess you would, say, like, what flavor is what, I guess. I'm not sure. Ice cream comparison doesn't really work both ways, but... And now I can't really, like, 100% concentrate on that because I'm trying to just get to this bullshit, you know? Yeah, but apparently, like, the world record for fastest story run is like 2.5 hours or something. So I don't know if that's on world tier. I mean, it's got to be on a certain world tier, you would think. But because they're no, in this game there's probably a discrepancy. You go through, get to the same spot in the story without doing any other side stuff, but it gives you different XP even if you didn't like die or anything. So I don't know. Yeah, the story in this game is actually pretty decent. Like the cutscenes and all that. Because if you watch my like original playthrough, we watched all the cutscenes and all that stuff. Because I played through it as the Technomancer. Much. Personally, oh yeah, this is the fucking enemy that, like, see, it's on World Tier 1, but he does some bullshit. I forgot, it's like the glitched out fucking enemy. That for some reason does like extra damage compared to what he's supposed to do. And like doesn't, I don't know. It's kind of weird. I had this glitch happen before in the same area. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that or not. The game's like, you're playing on World Tier 1, but we're gonna bullshit you. And troll. But it's like, oh. I mean, that's okay, I guess. But it's kind of stupid if you ask me, but... Like, I don't know why, it must be just something with the programming, or like, this enemy's supposed to be like bullshit, or something. Like, see right there, it balanced that, the damage of that, like, I guess maybe it's just one of his abilities that goes dummy crazy for some reason. I don't know. But yeah, this boss fight is extremely tedious if you're keeping it on the most recent world tier the entire time you're playing the game. It's very obnoxious. It's because it's, like, it's not difficult, it just takes forever. Even if you have everything put into DPS. But, I don't know. There, you lose. I claim victory! Easy work, light work, my guy. A new shotgun! Unfortunately,
Courtyard's clear.
I mean, it does have Claymore on it, though, low-key. But Claymore is actually not, well, part of it might be because my pistol was, like, super low level right there. But because for some reason this game has, like, a, quote, gear score. But it's kind of mysterious. Where it's like, oh, yeah, well,
Not as we expected.
there's no blatantly obvious,
Saw them coming.
But Monroy didn't retreat. That asshole
like,
dug in,
Destiny
down the
type
desert,
thing,
and
you
tried
know?
to track them down, where they were coming from.
No reason to even grab that. Wasted your
That's when he found
time.
the canyon and the great obelisk.
This is a
He finally
speed
understood
run.
there who the pharaohs were.
But,
That's when he got word that the city was
yeah, oh yeah, I didn't mention, I mean, I think I talked about
The beginning.
device last time, though, but, well, I have to too, find it. But,
I've made it to the
I mean, at the
top.
end of the day,
Palace is clear.
What do you see?
I think he should have stayed for the last, or one, at least one more major, and saw if they could make it 4 in a row or not, but
This is it now.
unfortunate.
The signal, the garden.
And then after that, you
I'm
can,
ready
you know,
for all this.
hop to whatever team. You're like, oh yeah, I'm trying to cement my legacy, and the entire HOTV comments are like, no, we know you did it for a woman, but okay. You're like, yeah, cement my legacy. Right. Alright. But, I mean, when it comes to that, it's not really that big of a deal. It's just like, Astros already has
There has
4
to be a
majors,
way
3 in a
inside the
row, so
ship.
it's like,
I'll radio when I've secured a path.
even if, and somebody was saying, like, they kind of have, in a way, 5 majors, but that's because they canceled all the ones in 2020, but they won, like, the
Not done going through hell yet.
major replacement event at the end of 2020. So, in a way, you could be like, yeah, they got 4 in a row now, but it is what it is. Well, yeah, this is coming down to the end of the story, so. At least from what I remember. But, yeah. I don't know, we might, I was thinking of switching to the Devastator and, like, running that to the rest of it, too, but I don't know. I don't know about that one there, Chief. I don't know why I bothered to reload there, but whatever. Like, see, where was the hit detection on that shot? Like, this game, I don't know, just randomly be like, oh yeah, well, your gun just is gonna randomly not work for such a second. It's like right there, like, okay. I don't know. You missed me, crusty ass boy. Okay, that one. Oh, we gotta do this first, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, this right here, there's the last historian mission in the game, right there. If you're doing those, but let me grab, because, I don't know. Let me check that real quick.
Monroy
But yeah, I'm probably gonna get off after I finish the fucking story, I'm not gonna lie to you. Let me see, Outriders, trophies. Like, I only have a few left, like, complete all side quests, which is just, the only thing I have left to do is the, Well, I don't know. Do you have to do all of the expeditions once for that? I don't know. Or do you just have to do the rank 15 one? And then fill in 300 journal pages. I'm at 294 out of 300. And then this one, like, complete all class-related accolades for any class. I don't know how close I am to that, but... And then this one, what is this? Oh yeah, use crafting to improve rarity of 15 items. I've only did that one time. Like, that one's easy work, light work, if I actually want to do that. But, yeah, so the platinum for Outriders is actually pretty simple. Like, there's nothing... Like, the most difficult thing, I guess, would just to be... Or beat the level 15 thing, but... Or wait, can't... Do you have to do the final thing? Like, after you unlock World Tier 15, do you have to do the final mission on World... Or the Tier 15 thing? Or can you just, like, lower it to the lowest one and then beat it super quick to get the trophy? Because, I don't know, you might... Like I was saying, I don't know if you have to, beat all the expeditions at least once or not. I mean, that would be easy. Just put it on the lowest setting and rip right through it right quick. If you have to do that. But it is at 98% though, so I assume that last one is the last 2%. And not all the ones I haven't done yet, but... Yeah, you can definitely tell our shotgun's like low-key falling off a little bit, just because it's like absolutely dummy low level.
All we've been through. The battlefields, the jungles, the alien ruins, the desert.
But yeah, they should change it because
I can't believe we're finally here.
I think you should get a legendary
Goddamn
from
signal I
the
heard
final
the day
boss.
we landed. And still, none of it makes any sense.
Oh, I think I'm starting to put it all together. The way the packs controlled the anomaly with
Oh yeah.
they are what kept the planet.
Because I was thinking maybe I go back and do the Outrider mission dummy quick after we finish this. But see, I don't know, because apparently there was like a quote glitch where you didn't get the reward at the end of it for some reason. So I don't know. But, like, I like how I pushed that ability and it just chose to not work. But, I don't know. Like, the bird enemies, personally, I think they should just be taken out of the game. Because it's basically a waste of time and just really annoying. Especially if they're not going to change it so its attacks are actually telegraphed in red on the ground and not blue. Because the blue is hard to see in a lot of the occurrences, especially if it's a expedition with water. It's like, yeah, Chiefy Chief, how are you supposed to tell where it's attacking? Unless you're an absolute nerd and you know the exact fucking pattern of where it appears. But.
Two more soldiers in Monroe's damn army, fighting for any way off the earth.
Or it could be like Broken Games HD and be like, oh yeah, Last of Us 2 permadeath is light work. And then he died during a fucking button pushing section. And then he deleted the stream and never went back to it. Never tried it again. It's like, well. That's like when he plays Dark Souls and he uploads him beating a boss. And it's like, it's obvious he just like went back and grinded his character to really high rank or like weapon upgrade. Okay, this boss is actually kind of obnoxious to do regularly. Like, even on World Tier 1, like, because our weapon is not upgraded at all. Because usually at this part, if you turn it down to World Tier 1, like if you did the rest of the game on level, like we did with the Technomancer. You just literally milk him in like 2 bullets. Yeah, I don't know, we should probably put some other stuff on. It is kind of stupid that these don't even count as killing an enemy. It's pretty stupid, but I don't know. Like, this is taking forever, even on World Tier 1, because I guess it didn't balance it out right. Okay, well, I was trying to open the abilities. Okay, you can actually, so I can just put this bullshit on right quick. You feel me? Alright. Okay, that was terrible. Yeah, the game isn't terrible, but it definitely needs some work. Like, see, that's about how fast he normally dies if you put it on World Tier 1 just to get past the bullshit at the end of the game. Just skip all that shit, you know. And skip that. We've already sat and watched all the credits before, so. But yeah, that's that bullshit. Alright. So now let's get rid of all this trash. Alright. So now, why did it say, that was weird. That's just that bullshit. You just gotta beat the final one. We would have all those. But, let me see this right quick. Oh, you have to get kills using some other bullshit. Yeah, see, that's the only ones I'm missing for that trophy. Just kill some stuff with RPG, minigun, pain launch. Like, if I wanted to do this, all I would have to do is go in and put it on the lowest tier and do that right quick. But I'll do that if I, you know, care when it gets to the other stuff or the other trophies. Like, if that's the last one, then I'll go and do it. Or if there's some like other simple ones and whatnot. But like, why did it? I guess they did. Huh. I guess you do get that from beating the story or something. I don't know. But see, good thing we didn't pick that. It gave us the same thing. That's kind of funny. But I mean, the firepower rank for that one's like fucking really low though. So I don't know. Who cares? Alright, well that's that bullshit. Oh, this only has 3. Shit. Never mind, this gun is terrible. Unless you can, I don't think you can, yeah, there's no variance for those, so it's like, oh, well, okay. But well, now it's kind of like, I really don't know. I doubt, like, is this stuff actually a little different for each character or what? Like, boost armor, blah, 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 shots on enemies. Back in, oh, that's kind of interesting. That's irrelevant. I mean, that's not too bad, but I mean, like, and all these are all the same for all the different characters, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, I don't know, Pimp. Like,
In the end, only Monroy and a small group with him survived the slaughter outside the walls. They hid in the caravel for decades, waiting for rescue from the
yeah, so you get to, like,
So
about
sorry
level
to
27
disappoint.
if you just power through all the bullshit.
Clearly things didn't go
So,
any better inside the ship.
Still don't understand how they went back in time to get here sooner.
Like, I don't even know, like, what level is this? Like, this is way too low to even actually do really anything. So, I don't know, why the fuck is there somebody in the game? Oh, yeah, I forgot I turned it to open. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, Pimp, it's chalked. I forgot that I changed it to open, and then somebody joined because I was suddenly on the expeditions instead of the story. Like, oh, okay. But, I don't know, dude. Like, I'm trying to think what I want to do. Like, should I, I don't know. If I'm gonna be honest, let's just fucking switch to this bullshit right quick. I don't know. Because honestly, I don't really feel like playing the end game right now because it's fucking boring as shit. Like, and it's just tedious, and the game does not reward you at all for the most part. Like, mostly you're just running around doing stuff just to get absolutely no reward.
I can see them.
So.
Prowling on that ridge.
Let them be. If they wanted a fight, they would have started.
What if there's more?
Will you calm down?
Like this,
Watching us.
I don't know. Like, I kind of just want that fucking shotgun perk for the Technomancer, but we can't. Like, the game should literally just give it to you, to be honest. After you fucking beat the game, you should be able to pick something to unlock. But, hold up, I need to go turn this bullshit off right quick. Alright. Turn that off right quick there, pimp. Man, I'm not gonna lie, the end game is just fucking boring. Until they change it to where you can actually pick what you earn, there's no real incentive. It's just so tedious, and then all you're doing is trying to upgrade stuff that you don't even actually want for your build anyway. You know?
Is it just me, or do you have a strange feeling that these storms are following us?
Yeah, something weird about it. Hang back until I clear the way.
I don't get it. How did the insurgents get their hands on working fusion cells?
Those weren't insurgents. Whoever drove them,
I don't know.
their electronics must have worked in this desert. A long time ago.
So, who the hell were they? Could they have come from the Florida?
I wonder how low you can do the level thing.
Maybe colonists sent to another part of the planet.
Okay, I don't feel like fucking playing as this character. It's fucking a waste of time. Because at the end game, it's gonna be irrelevant, especially compared to the Trickster. So there's no reason to even play it. Like, if you're playing the Devastator, you might as well just give up and switch, because you're not going to output anywhere near the DPS as anybody else, no matter what. You could have the most top-tier build you could ever possibly have, and you're not going to come anywhere close to any of the other three characters. So, I'm curious. Yeah, I don't think we can do it. I doubt we can do that, Pimp. I'm not going to lie. Like, level 31? Yeah, none of our stuff's even fucking close to that. So, well, let me see. I don't know. Alright, I don't know, dude. Like, you just need to up the rewards in the game because it's extremely boring. Hold up. Like, how does it tell you? Enemy level unchanged. Oh, I have no clue what, I'll just put it on this because I don't know what level that means, so. It should tell you the level that, it's on, so you can actually play the game. But. Alright.
Zahidi, I found an outrider. He was hanged. He left a goodbye letter. It says something about a secret outrider on.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, let's get down here there, fam. Hurry up.
From Trenchtown?
You know her?
You said you'd find Monique.
Oh, I didn't have
Can't
me
you
do
please
that.
find her?
Jesus Christ, dude. Like, I don't know if, like,
Looks like some old reports.
in theory that should, like, count towards it, but I don't think it does if you already grabbed it. So, I don't know. But I guess I'd say this is probably not going to work because I have no, idea of what level the enemies are because the game does not inform you. I assume that means like above, so you would want to switch it to like tier 3, right? Enemy level unchanged. I guess maybe tier 4 for +1. So maybe we could hang with that low-key. I don't know. We'll see. I'm assuming that's what it means, though, when it says that, but knowing this game, I mean, who knows? We might have to tone it down even more, though, because it's like, bruh. But. So now we have to, I don't know why I'm standing here like it. Oh yeah, it's going to change the reward anyway. Even if, oh, so why can't, like, why doesn't the game just fucking tell you that you can't do that? But, I don't know. The shotgun's probably going to be terrible, just so you know. Well, I don't even have the build set up right. Because we had it goofy for when we were just speeding through right quick. So technically we should grab that. And let's just reload. We should grab that. That. Shotgun. That. See, we don't have any of those on. That's kind of bullshit. Like, it's kind of stupid how the game tries to force you into using like shitty abilities that you don't want. You know? But, I don't know. Alright, well, we'll see how that works. Oh, that's probably the wrong way. Or, wait, oh, okay, yeah. Or is it the right way? I mean, with this game, you don't know. It could be leading you the complete wrong direction. And we might have to turn this stuff down because I don't know how this should work. But. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, why was that damage there just suddenly really bad against only that one enemy? Like, I don't know what that was. I don't know. Like, it's so obnoxious when they just fucking run over. Like, look at this fucking dumbass AI, just fucking running like that. Jesus Christ, you know? It's not letting me roll. Like, how many times did I push the roll button there? I don't know. Like, you push the roll, I'm pushing roll and my character just stands there and doesn't move. So I don't know what that's about. It's kind of obnoxious, like, whenever you want to be getting gear drops, it doesn't fucking drop anything. And all the other times, oh yeah, of course, it'll give you fucking the dog shit you don't want. But when you're trying to just get stuff and get your character on level, it won't give you anything. Like that, it fucking aim assisted to the left, even though I have aim assist fucking turned off. Okay, our character, like, whatever. This is fucking boring. Like, it just needs to instantly give you end game loot, so you can actually play at the end of the game. Because this is just boring. Like, wasting my time. Like, see, why is that enemy randomly doing that much damage? It's because the game isn't made right. Wow, the weightlessness actually worked? It's kind of crazy. Half the time you saw there was not working at all. It's literally supposed to proc every 1 second, which it literally means every single time I shoot. But like, why is it suddenly doing, like, this is fucking boring, dude. I don't want to play as this character. This character, like, the Technomancer is just better, like, by a very, very large margin. Like, this character, like, the fucking Trickster needs its damage actually fixed. That's a waste of time. Like, this character outputs more damage even as a support build than the Trickster, so it's like, why would you waste your time? And the Trickster's damage relies on the actual fucking perks of the perk tree working, which you saw there, they basically don't work. But you're not getting any extra damage from any of the class skills or anything, because it's absolutely bugged out. But I don't know. I don't know, this game's just getting pretty fucking boring. They're not adding anything new to it, and all the abilities in the game are fucking generic. Like, all it is, like, oh yeah, turrets that half the time don't work, and their damage doesn't work, and it's like, jeez. And there's only one thing in the game that well, actually, there's a couple of things, but there's like a pair of gloves that I want for the blighted rounds build, and there's a shotgun, but I just want the one perk from it. But it's like, the game just needs to give you stuff that you want. But like, personally, I think every mission you complete, it should either give you a purple or a legendary, and then you should be able to pick whichever one you want. Like, if it gives you a purple, you get to pick whatever purple you want. If it gives you legendary, you should be able to pick any legendary you want. At least for like a slot. Like, it should give you, like, oh yeah, legendary boots. Then you can go in and pick any boots you want. But I mean, that would actually give quality of life to the game instead of having to keep playing and hoping that the game works. But, alright. But yeah, the Technomancer is just so much fucking better than any. Like, I don't know what other people think, but the Technomancer, like, gets its health back so much easier than all the other enemies. I mean, classes. Like, you gotta sit there and be like, oh, well, my character can't output DPS, so I can't get health back. With this character, it don't fucking matter. You see, this is tier 11, and my character is with 3 people, and my character is actually dealing the correct damage he's supposed to. I'm sure that'll change in a second. The game doesn't like when you deal actual good damage. So it's fucking instantly nerfs you. Bullshit. Are these other people like not moving? I feel like they're not moving. You see, like this setup actually does output decent DPS. Like, it's not insane, but like, see when the game works, but earlier you can tell that the game was like, oh yeah, well. All these people, I have a strange feeling they're not doing anything. Let me check on these clowns over here. Oh, I guess their damage is just really fucking bad. Like, how the fuck do you let my support class do more damage than your pitiful bullshit? Like, I literally have a fucking support set up on, and I'm... Like, some of these dudes... Apparently when you punch the ironclads once, it instantly takes off all the damage. I don't know if that was true or not. There's a lot of people lie about the bullshit in this game, including developers. But... Oh yeah, that's that guy's ability. I'm like, what the hell is it? Yeah, like, these people definitely don't know what they're doing. Like, their DPS is super low. Like, the Devastator, I'll give you a pass because you're probably not a DPS build. But,
What the hell is that noise?
like, the Fire guy, like, you're supposed to be literally, well, that one thing I saw said, like, the Pyromancer is technically, like, the most powerful class if you get, like, the best stuff, but I don't know. I should probably hit up the ice thing first, but it's not that big of a deal. Like, why were they're supposed, oh, I guess maybe somebody else blocked something on them, but they're supposed to be frozen way longer than that. Like, I don't know what was going on there. What, like, glitches happening. And now all of a sudden my character's damage is not as good as it was in that first part. But I don't know. Like, this is the kind of bullshit the game pulls, though. Like, you'll be doing the proper damage and then suddenly, right here in the middle of one of the missions, your character suddenly stops doing the correct amount of damage. Because the game bugs out or something. But, I don't know. That guy's trolling with that because it makes you fucking wait for it. Well, at least that's what I heard. But I don't know. It's kind of crazy. You can literally play solo and do better than these buffoons. But how many times I gotta push the button before it goes, dude? Like, real talk! Like, I push it and it's an extreme delay. Okay, you can just do that while I'm frozen, right? Like how my character takes a fuckload of time to reload when it's a fucking assault rifle. They're like, oh, you should put some extra reload speed stuff on. Like, no, the game's literally just reload quicker. My guy, so I can play the game. But yeah, this is taking way too fucking long because they don't know how to balance the health of stuff in the game. See, that enemy's frozen, but my damage wasn't boosted against him like it's supposed to be. I'm supposed to be getting a huge damage boost against frozen enemies. But and then they just need to get rid of the effect resisted bullshit, I'm not gonna lie. Like, take that out of the game so I can play. And my abilities actually work, you know? That's my personal opinion. That, like, these people are out, like, I don't know what these other people are doing, but they're literally doing less damage than I am. Obviously, the card at the end won't show it because I joined this super late, but I don't know. Like, this fire guy is supposed to be, like, debuffing, and I like how I was the only one that got frozen that. You know, I was kind of over here behind this block, which could block all that bullshit. I was spamming the melee button there, by the way, and it just didn't work. So. But yeah, I definitely need stuff for the bladed rounds, I'm not gonna lie to you. Because you get really unlucky like this, where neither of the other two people were good enough to output any DPS at all. So it's kind of like, yeah.
Outrider detected.
Cullen, the bandit leader's taken care of. Your pass is clear. Where
I
did
don't
the
know.
bandits come from anyway?
They were insurgents. Defected to our side.
They also need to up the rate of legendary drops because it's just fucking a waste of time to get all these purples, and the purples aren't even fucking what you want. Alright, I'll leave if you're gonna fucking abort on the fucking... Jesus Christ, dude. You gotta go back to the fucking thing. You don't just sit around to the end thing, you dumb fuck. Like, just fuck off. Absolutely ridiculous. There are people who are stupid. Like, neither of you had a DPS build. And neither of you were using a support build. I guess maybe the Devastator was tanking, but with that you can't really tell. Because I mean, like, whoa, you didn't die, but so you just like absolute dog shit loot. Like, this would be good if it wasn't. Oh, never mind. Well, that's not terrible, but like, see if this, but it would have to have something, you know, relevant. But like, see, the reward is so ridiculously low that it's like I need to up how much titanium you get from this stuff. Like, you should be getting at least 50 from every purple. But yeah, I can't do that. I mean, it's pretty close, but wait, did we unlock? I don't. No, we still have that. Okay, I was gonna say I didn't know what thing we were on. Oh, hold up, this is like 43. We should probably do this first, because I'm sure that's like extremely detrimental. But they should also low-key. I mean, I've been saying this for a while, but they need to make it where the legendaries actually have 3 slots. Either that, or they need to let you change both slots for the legendaries. Because at the moment, there's no real advantage over purples, except it starts with a tier 3, so you could, in theory, combine 2 really good tier 3 ones, but there's not really that many good tier 3 ones in the game. Like, it's literally better to combine the Comet and the tier 2 chain thing. But, like, see, it put me into this, where the guy's not even in the endgame area. He's not even in the expedition area or doing expeditions, even though I clicked expedition. Like, I'll give a pass to the people that are just standing there in the expedition area, like upgrading stuff or whatever. But when it puts you somewhere where they're not even in the area and not even doing one, like, that makes no sense at all. I guess because the developers were too stupid to be like, oh, well, some people, once they get to the expeditions, they might actually go back into the story and actually do some missions there and whatnot. I was like, nope, they just, for some reason, expect, like, once you get to this, nobody's going to do anything else. Like, see, then you just get... Why does it say new world tier unlocked? This character has all 15. Fucking cornball game. Get that ass banned. And they need to eliminate this whole countdown thing. Unless you have somebody else in your party, there's no reason to have a countdown. It should just instantly go. But I don't know why it says creating game when I'm joining somebody, or supposed to be joining somebody else's game, you know? There's no reason it should be creating one. Dumbass developers, Jesus Christ. But yeah, there needs to be a better system of finding people that are actually playing the game. Yeah. What did the game freeze? I want to be shocked. I mean, it still says joining game, but the percentage is having a little struggle. And I'm on PS5, by the way, so it's the developer's fault at this point. So. Like, the people that make this game, they haven't fixed a single issue, and it's been out almost a month. All they do is nerf stuff. They haven't fixed a single bug yet. Like, okay, now I can sit here because I can't close app or the video ends. But I mean, I might just get off because this game is getting fucking boring because it hasn't rewarded me with the, like, 1 fucking or 2 things that I want. So. And you get legendaries way too slowly. Like, if you get gold, you should be guaranteed at least 1, no matter what rank it's on. But yep, this is the game struggling to figure out what to do because the dumbass developers can't figure it out. If it's taking this long to join, it should just auto-kick you back to the menu. But, that's a little too much for them to figure out, I guess. Well, if it lasts, like, another minute, I'm just gonna end the stream here. Because I'm gonna get off soon anyway, so. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this game is just, it's to the point where it's insanely boring, because there's not really much to work towards, because the game isn't gonna give you what you want. And, they still haven't fixed any of the bugs, they haven't added anything new. Like, most of the abilities in the game screw up and don't work. Most of the damage doesn't work. Like, there's a lot in the game that bugs out and stops working randomly. Like, there's basically only like 1 or 2 of the mods in the game that actually consistently work. and most of those screw up. So, yeah, I'm just gonna end the stream here because the dumbass, absolute brainlet retards can't make a fucking game that works. So, they better reward people with like 10 to 15 legendaries of our choice by the time they fucking fix this loot shit. Because it's taking way too fucking long. Like, all you gotta do is flip a switch and turn back people's saves. That's all you have to do. It takes 2 seconds to do that, dude. Like, I don't know. But oh, yeah, the game is struggling, so I'm just gonna end the stream here. So, yeah, I don't know about this game anymore. It's like, I wanted to play it for a while, but unfortunately, it's getting to the point where it's just annoying because the end game missions take too long and they don't give you the reward you want. So, and I don't want to play a game like that. Like, it needs to let you choose your reward if you get gold. But because there's like literally no incentive. Like, you're wasting your time to get an upgrade that probably will bug out and not work. But yeah, I'm gonna get off because this ain't fucking working. And the dumbasses at Sony don't have it, so you can't fucking restart an app and keep the stream going. I guess that was too fucking creative for their dumbasses to figure out. But yeah, that's gonna be the stream, so. We out!